It is time for the morning announcements. I am Addison Brisley with the information that is important for you. Today is Tuesday, October 18th, 2016. Fall break begins tomorrow. We hope you all enjoy. Here's today's lunch menu.
Yeah!
Pulled pork sliders, barbecue sauce, and spiral flies.
Yeah!
Teacher Tuesday Trivia will be back next week. Keep your guessing attempts ready. We have received notice of some art stars here in the school. Miss Nesbitt would like to identify 3 students have been amazing. These 3 students have assisted Mrs. Nesbitt with cleaning the art room, assisting with artwork placement, and delivering artwork to the classroom. Thank you very much, Natalie Stewart, Tyler Blanco, Tanner Primo. We would love to present another set of presidents before we leave for the long break. Enjoy.
In 1932, the Great Depression was in full swing. Banks were failing, millions were unemployed, and farms were turning to dust. People wanted help fighting poverty, and the guy they elected was Democrat Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the ridiculously rich governor of New York. FDR didn't disappoint. In the first 100 days of his presidency, he worked with Congress to enact 15 major laws to stabilize the economy, pour money into the states, and create infrastructure programs to boost employment. A few years later, he signed the Social Security Act to provide payments for retirees and the unemployed. These programs were the core of what he called the New Deal. Roosevelt didn't want government to just protect people. He wanted it to provide basic economic stability for all. You can't argue it didn't work in the short term, because the economy didn't really recover until World War II. But the philosophy of the New Deal was popular, and Americans loved FDR for showing confidence in the face of disaster. They elected him 4 times. Roosevelt led the nation into World War II, delivering the 4 Freedom speech that called on Americans to defend basic rights around the world. The isolationists in Congress didn't buy it, but after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor later that year, almost no one was anti-war. FDR died of a stroke in April 1945. But by then, he had restored confidence in the presidency, and thanks to the war, he was also the leader of the free world. Franklin Roosevelt established the president as the leader of the free world, and then he died in April 1945, giving that job to Vice President Harry Truman, when the free world was just about in chaos. It's a great underdog story. Truman was a regular, plain-spoken guy from Missouri. He struggled as a farmer and shop owner before finding his niche in politics. He had little experience in foreign affairs, but he said the buck stops here, and was not afraid to make bold decisions in keeping peace at home and communism at bay abroad. He started the atomic age by making the decision to drop 2 atomic bombs on Japan to end World War II. He won support for the Marshall Plan, which gave Europe economic assistance to rebuild. He ended segregation in the armed forces, and he decided to fight the spread of communism. That made the US and the Soviet Union rivals, and it drew the United States into what was termed the Korean conflict, as he decided not to ask Congress for a declaration of war when the US intervened between South Korea and communist North Korea. At home, Truman held together the Democratic coalition that supported the New Deal, but had trouble expanding New Deal programs. People got tired of the Korean War and a stagnant economy, and Truman was hugely unpopular when he retired. But he's now remembered as one of the most important presidents.
That's a wrap for today. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.